What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Cyrax, and we're back with another Mortal Kombat 1 video. I've been watching these new trailers over and over again, trying to figure out what path they're taking with the Khaos Reings DLC. And I think I finally have a pretty good idea of the route they are taking with the story so far. And as you know, we made a video last week talking about the story based on the trailer we got. But since then, we've gotten some new information, right? So we've gotten new bios. We've also gotten a Cyrax gameplay reveal, which reveals some more story details. And I think now is a good time to just kind of talk about it, because as each of these gameplays reveal gets dropped with sectors and new Cybot, I want to kind of just go into how their stories are going to change, because obviously there's more story details coming out with these trailers. So that's what we're planning to do today. I'm going to go up to this story is probably going to take place before Scorpion's wedding, up to the point where Scorpions get attacked at the wedding. There's nothing beyond that I could tell. I mean, there's a few scenes that kind of look like it's later in the story, but for what it's worth, I think it's just going up to just a little bit past the regular wedding. It's Cyrax's gameplay reveal. But anyways, I would really appreciate it if you guys would leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We make a bunch of Mortal Kombat content, different types of videos. I try not to just tackle the same topic everyone's tackling. And I try to make these kind of unique videos that I think other people would like to see, especially if you like lore stuff and you want to see something different and a different kind of Mortal Kombat channel. That's what you're gonna find here. I don't really copy and do stuff like the other content creators do, because I like being unique and doing my own thing. But anyways, let's get to the reason why you're here. Okay, so we have the 2 trailers and 3 new bios for the Khaos Reings DLC. We have Cyrax, Sector, and new Cybot. After reading them a few times, I think there's been a few changes. Starting off with Sector, right? So she now has a great admiration for both her parents, wanting to blend her skills as a master armorer, which she learned from her father, and also with all the weapon and hand-to-hand combat skills which she inherited from her mother. She takes on a whole new role in this timeline. So as Sub-Zero seeing Sector's potential, he tells her his plan of how he wants to evolve the Lin Kuei. She immediately joins his cause and gets right into making his dream a reality. Then we have Cyrax, who hails from Zaki, one of the Lin Kuei's subclans, who has produced warriors for the protection of Earthrealm for generations. Cyrax is a martial arts prodigy who attracts the attention of Sector, who aims to break Cyrax's independent streak, or independent way of thinking. However, Cyrax wishes to do things her own way, or not at all. And then finally we have Noob Cybot. Bihan longed to make the Lin Kuei a dominant force in Earthrealm, but that dream was cut short when he was killed at the hands of Havoc, who steals his soul in order to create the perfect henchman. Now, honestly, with these new bios of Cyrax's gameplay trailer releasing, I wanted to make this updated story for the Khaos Reings DLC, because, well, for one, Noob Cybot's bio definitely changes the way my mind about how I view the Khaos Reings reveal trailer. In the Cyrax trailer, Sub-Zero reveals to Sector Cyrax that they know the Shiryu location. This is where I think the story will more than likely begin, or pretty close to it at least. And one thing I want to talk about with these bios, I feel like they do change, and they do change a lot in terms of what is going to probably happen. And honestly, I kind of just summarize it here because I've already talked about it in the previous video. That's why we kind of just ran through those bios. But anyways, Sub-Zero tells Cyrax and Sector about the location of the Shiryu. Basically, they're gonna attack Scorpion's wedding. And I just think it's a little crazy, because Cyrax is definitely bothered by the fact that Sub-Zero wants to attack the Shiryu at Scorpion's wedding, as she feels there's no honor in it, and there's nothing to be gained by attacking him at his wedding versus just on another day. And it may have the opposite effect than what they want. But Sub-Zero is more worried about he just wants to be done with the Shiryu, because they stand as an obstacle in his way.
We have found Kuai Liang and his Shiryu. They gather at the Wuxi for his wedding.
Attack his wedding. We may win the battle, but find we lose the war. No one will respect us.
Better to be feared than respected.
But I feel like there may even be a scene where Cyrax and Sector are probably at the Lin Kuei talking about Scorpion, and just discussing if he's a traitor or not, and if he's a traitor, then why is he still serving Lord Liu Kang while the Lin Kuei are not? So I don't know. Maybe it might be something where Sub-Zero has told him that like he betrayed him, and he's lying to Lord Liu Kang. So something along those lines. Cyrax's bio definitely it shines some light to why she's noticeably struggling with how the Lin Kuei is operating now. As much as she's against the plan, she does ultimately follow suit. There was a part in the first trailer where Cyrax and Sector are talking in the background of the Shiryu, and that's also not even to mention that Bihan is at the wedding fighting as well, which we see in the second trailer. This is before he obviously turns into Noob Saibot. There is a part in the second trailer where Sector and not second trailer, but the first trailer where Cyrax and Sector are talking, and she's visually bothered by the fighting. I'm not sure what happens, but I doubt Sub-Zero wins this fight with Sector and Cyrax. I mean, because the thing about it, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Kenshi, and Raiden were all there, along with the monks and the Shiryu. So I don't see there being a way where they pull that off. But one thing I did find interesting is that there are two main interactions with Scorpion and Cyrax. The first one where Cyrax is kind of like low-key blaming Why for everything that was happening at his wedding, and because like if you really think about it, like this is the first trailer where it's like this has all happened because of you, and it's kind of hard to make out what it says. Like I kind of think that treachery was like the word that was used, but it's kind of hard to understand that last word.
It disgusts me how you've corrupted the Lin Kuei.
Make no mistake, we are here because of your treachery.
I think they did it on purpose to kind of throw people off, because it probably was a spoiler. So that's why like they didn't like put that in. Same thing with Sector, because Sector had barely any voice lines in both of the trailers. So I think they're like holding Sector's voices out on purpose, because like Sector probably reveals something. So that's probably why like we haven't gotten too much Sector voice lines. Which I'm hoping in the next trailer we get something significant. But anyways, and then like there's another part in the second trailer where they are arguing, and Scorpion questions her as to why she just believed Sub-Zero without questioning his role in all this.
How long have we known each other? That you could ever believe
You vanished without explanation. Bihan, my Grand Master, gave me one.
You blame me for your actions?
Which I think is very interesting. Like I like that they show multiple angles, and like I feel like these characters are getting like their personalities flushed out a bit this time around. And I feel like in the story it was kind of like blasé blah. And I'm kind of glad that they're going this route where they're giving them more of a personality. But anyways, I don't think the fight with Sub-Zero is gonna go well. I think my guess is that they're gonna end up losing, and then they're gonna retreat, or maybe do something like maybe Sub-Zero kidnaps Harumi and uses her as a bargaining chip to get out, which would kind of be an interesting twist into the whole Sub-Zero killing Harumi story. Like I think that's something we could see, but you know, I'm kind of like 50-50 on it if I'm being honest. But I think it's more likely that they're just going to retreat back to base, and I think after the mission and seeing all the horror of like the fights between the two clans, that's going to be enough to push Cyrax away from the Lin Kuei, and she's going to want to leave the Lin Kuei. And I think ultimately what happens is Sub-Zero sends away Sector to go bring her back, and you know, because obviously you can't leave the Lin Kuei without the Grandmaster's permission, and it doesn't really happen. And I think that's when Havoc will come and abduct Sub-Zero, and then it will cut back into the beginning where we see Sector and Cyrax going at it. But the only thing I find interesting is that they've placed audio, and I think they do this a lot in their trailers, but they place audios at different parts to kind of like make it seem like they're talking there, but they're not. And like the more I watch this part here, it doesn't make sense with the way the head's moving. I don't think she's actually talking in that situation. I think she's just hiding, because like every time we see Cyrax talk, she has the helmet. She lifts the helmet, you can see her face while she's talking.
Where are you?
Over here.
Fighting your foe unseen, attacking from a distance. There are rules.
So I think, you know, I mean, there's one scene where she talks with the helmet on, and her voice just sounds a little distorted, and that's like, you know, in the first trailer. But anyways, we see Sector hunting Cyrax, and you know, I think that this is just a regular. They're just fighting here. There's no actual audio in this scene here, but just the way the head motioning and everything and that is. But anyways, it confused me at first, like, you know, because I didn't think anything about it the first time I heard it, but then like after watching it a few more times, like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But anyways, because when Cyrax is talking in the trailer, like with the helmet, like I said, her voice sounds a little different in the first trailer than it does in the second trailer when they're talking there. That's like kind of the main thing that I think like was a dead giveaway for me. But anyways, after Sector and Cyrax fight, Cyrax defeats Sector, and I believe we'll go looking for Scorpion. And like even at the end of there's a part in the trailer where it's like my speed and skills is beyond you. Obviously, I think that's like a dig at Sector before she leaves. Maybe they'll have a scene where she kicks Sector, kind of like how like the old version did the same thing to him. So I think that'd be a nice little callback if they did something like that. That would be pretty sick. And yeah, so after I believe she goes looking for Scorpion, I think there's still a major chunk of the story that's gonna be missing. We still don't know. Like I believe the next gameplay trailer will reveal a lot of what's going on with Sector and how like Sub-Zero gets turned into a noob, or like have a hint at it at least, because obviously I think Noob's trailer is gonna like tell us everything we need to know about what happened with Sub-Zero. But anyways, I think it's gonna there's a lot of story that's gonna be told through these trailers, which I like a lot, especially because you know they're five chapters, so they're not gonna reveal everything, but they're gonna reveal some things. So, and like I think it will also, like with Sector's trailer especially, it will reveal like how and why Sector is seen talking with Johnny and Cyrax in them, and basically just talking to all the rest of the Earthrealm champions after like the wedding part. I think I feel pretty much the same about the rest of the story as I did before. I'll link the original video on a card here, but anyways guys, I just wanted to update you guys on how like I think the story will shape out. And again, we'll update this video each time a new trailer drops as we get closer to the release of the Chaos Reings story DLC. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any input on how the story will take place, or you just want to share your thoughts below, don't hesitate to do it, and we'll chat it up in the comment section. But I'm gonna hop up out of here. You know, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.